Hey everyone, I am here today to show you Mellow by Estetica in the color let me do this again, RH12 26 RT4. I almost skipped the H. Mellow. This is a brand new style for summer 2020 by Estetica. So they came out with 3 new styles. Mellow is one of them, and I was so lucky to have a wig sister reach out to me and ask if I would be interested in reviewing Mellow. She sent her to me for review, and I'm going to send her back. She didn't even unbox her. She got her and just turned around and shipped her right back to me. How awesome is that? I did do a live earlier today showing Mellow and chatting with a bunch of my wig sisters and answering questions. So if you'd like to see that live, please go look for that in my videos. I filmed it in a different part of the house with some natural light coming in through the windows. So just another chance to look at Mellow. That quality isn't the greatest. I think there's a lot of lag because it was a live. So I thought I'd film an actual review so that there'll be some better quality for that. But before I do too much with Mellow and talk about her, let's take a look at her from all sides. She is so cute, layered with really like air-dried beachy waves. Check out all the layers. So you can really see she's got all of these really pretty layers and then just some really pretty waves. She sort of has straight pieces and wavy pieces, and so it's just really a perfect casual summer hairstyle. Looks like you spent the day at the beach really and didn't do too much with your hair, but you did like let it air dry and then scrunched it. Just such a perfect casual summer style. I really am enjoying this one. Some of the questions that came up in the video were, does she have a lot of flyaways? My experience right now is no, she does not have a lot of flyaways. She's just sort of perfect. One of the things I really like about her is just how effortless she looks. She just doesn't look like you know, it's just like the perfect, like, I woke up this way, but I didn't wake up this way kind of look. Mellow has a lace front and a mono part. And because this color is rooted, there is just a little bit of knotting that's visible on this lace front. So I'll show it to you. This is a good lace front for a dark area right here. This is really good. I would be okay with wearing her pulled up off my face, and I really wouldn't have a problem with it. But if you are super sensitive to knotting, you might want to consider putting some translucent powder there just to disguise that a little bit. A lighter color or one that doesn't have such dark roots would look a little bit less obvious, but to me this is very, very good. Something I want to talk about is the fact that this lace front goes all the way down to the ear tab, so from here to here. That gives you some really good styling options because you can really kind of pull her back off the face if you want to, and you're not limited by a really shallow lace front, so that's awesome. Something else that I really like, and I didn't really talk about it in the live, is the parting. You know, I'm learning to appreciate a good mono part, that where you can actually see the monofilament, because it just gives more of a realistic scalp appearance. Some manufacturers really densely knot the part area, and oftentimes you can't even see it. So I really do appreciate that. I would probably take some translucent powder and put it on there to draw that out a little bit more. I've done that with a number of wigs and it looks really good and is really simple to do. So let's talk a little bit about the cap. So this is a standard Estetica cap, and so when you see these green tags by Estetica, they're Naturel collection tags, this tells you that you're going to get a mono part. They have different colored tags, whether it's their monofilament, full, mono part, or basic cap. And so you've got the great Estetica mono part. They give you a really nice parting space, and then it goes way back to the crown. Sometimes you'll get a shallower part, which to me isn't really that big of a deal, but some people really appreciate that it goes all the way back. It really does look a lot more realistic. There's the lace front. Adjustable ear tabs, but they're not the soft velvety kind. And then there is an open extended nape with the hook adjusters. This is pretty typical for Estetica. Let me tell you a little bit about my experience with these hook adjusters. So on this particular piece, these hook adjusters are giving me no problem whatsoever. They're staying put, they're doing great. I have Winter by Estetica, and I cannot keep those hooks in. They will not stay in no matter what I do. They want to come out. And so one way to remedy that would be to put a little stitch in there if you get them set right where you want them. And then you can just take and put a little stitch right in there with a needle and thread. Something even I can do, and the only thing I can do is sew buttons on. And then you can make sure that it doesn't pop out on you. So that is one thing I've noticed. This color is so very pretty. I will get outside for you so you can see it outside, but oh my gosh, just this beautiful blend of like a light ashy brown with some really golden blonde highlights. That's the 26 in it. And then you have all of that on a dark brown root. That's the 4. So the rooting is quite dark on this one. I will say though, I love it. You can see how dark my bio hair is. This makes so any little bit of hair that shows here completely blends in with this rooting. It's really fantastic. Another question that came up was if this is an ashy color. I do not find this color to be very ashy. It's not super warm. I'd say it's neutral to warm. The brown in here is just a little bit ashy looking, and some of the lighter blonde highlights may give the appearance of ash, but it's definitely not an ashy blonde. So if you are really into super ashy blondes, this one does have warmth to it. It's just not super warm. There aren't red tones or anything like that. But when you look at, let me make sure she's situated so I can show you the coverage. When you look at where she lands on me. So the coverage on this one is really good. The ear tabs come all the way down. You can still see a little bit of my bio hair, which is very typical, and it blends great with this dark root and just the highlighting, because I do have a little salt and pepper in my sideburn hair here, and it just blends perfectly. So if you're a natural brunette, and you really want to wear blondes, I think some of these rooted blondes will really work well for you. They do for me. She's got a really nice hair density. It's not heavy density. It's not such light density that you need to worry about seeing the wefting if you're out in the wind. It's just the perfect amount of hair, really, especially if you're thinking this is a great summer style and it's warm out. Anyway you slice it, a wig's going to be warm, but this one's not going to be too warm because it's just the perfect amount of hair. She does have permatease. There's permatease up here. It isn't the super poofy, pillowy kind, but she definitely has permatease all up in here. I can feel it when I touch it, but it's moderate. It's definitely not super high permatease. So how I describe that is if you are someone who says, I hate permatease, I can't stand it, this one does have some permatease. But if on the flip side, if you're someone who's like, the more permatease, the better, give me Sweet Talk, you know, give me Shayna by Tressalure and their big poofy, pillowy Mia by Tressalure, pillowy permatease, this doesn't have that. A question that came up was, can I get volume on the sides? You really can't. This style is really kind of flat and sleek. There is a little bit of body up here from the permatease, but what you get, what you see is what you get. I cannot get this to be poofy. Even when I play in the pillowy permatease up there, I can get a little bit of volume, but I can't make this big hair. You could do, you know, dry shampoo and you could try some different things, but I don't think you're getting a lot of volume out of her, especially down here. There's no permatease at the sides, and so she's really got sort of that sleek, layered look. You know, personally, I struggle a little bit with layers on some wigs. I'm not struggling with layers on this one at all. I think it's just very, very well done. I'm a real fan of Estetica wigs. I've had a number of Estetica wigs and I've really enjoyed them. I think they're great. The fibers are kind of light and denier, and so, which means that they will feel light and airy on your head. It does give it a more natural, realistic look when they're like that. One thing I know a lot of you want to know is, can I cut bangs into her? So my feeling on that is you probably could, but with the style that I have, I think you're going to struggle to get them to lay correctly unless you're comfortable using steam on them. First of all, she came with a real colic right here. She really just goes straight to the sides. I didn't have to do anything there, and that will make cutting bangs into her hard unless you want to redirect those hair fibers to come down. I did hear from a friend, wig sister today on Messenger, who saw my video earlier, and she just got mellow herself. She said hers doesn't have that colic. So your mileage may vary. It's wigs. It's the journey with wigs. Things do not, these are not mass produced by machines that can make them exactly the same every time, especially with these hand-tied features. Lace fronts, mono parts are hand-tied. That means no two are going to be exactly alike. So if you do want to cut bangs into mellow and you wind up with a cowlick like mine, you're probably going to need to use steam. And then she does have that slight wave, which means she doesn't lay super flat in the front. So keep that in mind. She just is fabulous though in so many ways. You know, you can play with her a lot. I would say, you know, clips are great. I did play with her earlier to see, you know, because sometimes when it's really hot outside, even though she doesn't hang in my face, this can feel like a lot for me. I get hot really easily. So just taking a really cute clip and kind of situating her and then putting the clip in is really easy because of this lace front and how far it goes to the side. It gives me a lot of room to do this. Something else that's really great with a mono part wig is that when you put clips like this in, this is a bit of a heavier clip. I can actually just stick it a little bit through the wefting. I didn't do that on this one, but I did when I first played with it, and it will just anchor it right there, and then you won't have to worry about that clip slipping. For hand-tied wigs or for wigs with a full mono top, that's a lot more difficult to do. And I just appreciate that in a mono part. But the challenge with this mono part is it's a left side mono, left side parting right. If you are traditionally a right side parting left parter, that's going to be a challenge. And that's the majority of wigs that we come across have this side part. I've only seen a few. One of them is Eden. I'm looking over there because I have her over there. Eden by Noriko is a right side part, and that's one of the few. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So this is just adorable. I just love her. She fits me great. I get a little bit of extra cap up here like I always do. Not a problem, not a lot. I really haven't had to tighten her too much. I think I adjust Estetica in just slightly. You know, they are a little bit big head friendly. Their wigs have great stretch. And so I'd say if you're average large, you probably can wear this one pretty comfortably, especially if you're used to having a wig a little bit snug around your circumference. Otherwise, let's take one more look. Isn't she? I think she's darling. She's comfortable. She's light. She's, you know, shoulder length. So a lot of boxes checked on this one. So stick around for the outside look of this color. I also do have an out of the box because that wig sister who sent her to me didn't even take her out of the box. She had just a little bit of box hair. So all I did to her was spray the whole top of the cap really well with water with just my spray bottle, shook it out upside down. I didn't scrunch her a whole lot. I don't think you're getting much more curl out of this one. I think you can get it to look a little bit piecier by using like John Monroe Peace Out cream or some other styling cream, but I don't think you're gonna get a lot more curl out of her. And then I hung her upside down back there just on a laundry hook to dry. That's all I did to her. I have no product in her. I did comb her a little bit with a wide tooth comb. And like I have said in other videos, I don't comb curly wigs. This is more of a loose wave. I do comb those because they can tend to look a little stringy otherwise. And other than that, I could wear this one comfortably all day, and I'm not going to be messing with flyaways, which can sometimes be a challenge with some wigs. So thanks for watching, and I'll get outside for you, and then you can see the out of the box. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to you guys soon. And thank you so much, Anonymous Wig Sister, for sending me Mellow to show everyone and to see for myself. See you guys later. All right, everyone, here is RH12 26 RT4 outside. Nice and bright out here. This is so pretty. Like I said, I don't find this color, I'm going to switch hands, which will shake the camera a little bit, so sorry, or my phone I should say. I don't find this color to be super ashy at all, but it's also not super warm. It's just really a pretty, pretty blonde with some light brown, and then you've got your dark root, which I love. Because for this brunette, it looks more realistic to me. And then, like I said, it really helps me to blend my bio hair, if you can see it a little bit. She is very tuckable. I showed that in my live. I forgot to show it upstairs when I just did the video. She's very tuckable. And you can kind of adjust that a little bit. But I'd say just for summer, such the perfect density and style with these waves. Just really great for summer. And with the layers, with the amount of hair, I think, you know, being out in wind, you don't have to worry about it looking like a wig or for you to see the wefting. That's just not going to be a problem. All right, let me get up against the house so that you can see a dark background, or it's going to be a little bright on my eyes. It's diffuse light. There's clouds and trees, but still. All right, everyone. So pretty. I hope this helped, and thanks for watching. All right, I'm here to do the out of the box for Mellow. I just got her, like 20 minutes ago at the most. I'm so excited. So she does have a little box hair. I always try them on first because I seriously just, I mean, I don't want to be super surprised on a video, but I did nothing. So I pulled her out of the box and that's it. Because again, I want you to see the out of the box before you do anything. Because if you're going to need to make a decision about whether or not you're going to have to return a piece, you can't shake it and, you know, really mess with it a whole lot. So let's see what we got. Okay, like I said, I've already tried her on, but you know what I mean. Let me show what we've got. All right, here she is out of the box. She is not bad. So there is a little bit of box hair here. I can kind of see how she's got a little poof, and then she's flat, and you know the ends are a little kind of blah. That's box hair. That's standard box hair. If you got a wig and she looked like this, where she was sort of flat and lifeless, and she looked like she had, you know, like not even poof and things like that, that's box hair. And you can totally deal with box hair. Okay, so let's look at her all around. Actually, I just realized I didn't even look at the back. I really just put her on and then looked at the front. So that's what we've got. So now what you want to do is you just want to shake her and see if just a little bit of a shake. And she doesn't come with a zigzag part. Sometimes wigs will. This one didn't. So then you just want to shake her. You're not going to go crazy. You know, just a couple of good shakes. You know, I like to kind of go like this. I'm sort of vibrating my hand on the cap. She has very little permatease, if any. Gosh, I don't even know if she has any permatease. A little bit of crimpy fibers, so that's the back of the cap. And what you can see is just a little bit, okay, here, let me try to make sure I can show this to you without the hair moving around too much. Just a little bit of crimpy fibers right there. That is like if you were to gently back comb your hair, just a little bit. But I know that this is light permatease because you can see the wefting really well when I split the hair. If this were a pillowy poof of permatease, you would not be able to see that. So she's very light permatease. I know a lot of you guys are really gonna like that. Okay, so I'm gonna put her back on now that I've had a chance to shake her a little bit. And already she's somewhat better. She's getting some life to her. The ends aren't quite so flat. So wow, she's gonna be really cute. So what I'm gonna do, because she's not bad and because she is a straight style, I'm gonna I mean, she might have just a tiny bit of wave to her, but because she's more of a straight style, I'm gonna comb her out. If she were a curly wig, I would not do this. I do not comb my curly wigs. But slight wave, very gentle wave, or straight styles I do. And so I just want to make sure she's got no tangles, and she doesn't. She feels super good. So now all I'm going to do is, oops, dropped my comb. All I'm going to do is I'm going to spray the cap with water, the hair and all in this area. And then I'm going to, once I get her kind of good and wet, I'm not going to use any other product on her, just spray her with water. I'm going to shake her upside down. And I'm going to hang her by the tag upside down because I want to make sure that gravity is kind of working opposite of how you know, she's been pressed into the cap. So I want to be able to get some lift in those fibers and see kind of what we've got. So that's what I'm going to do. You will have already seen the final result. So I'm excited.